Thank you, Kevin. I'll just keep it brief, but highline message is the county is taking the necessary steps to operationalize the dredge, essentially having county-led operations. We have not completely abandoned the concept of the newly created dredge authority from having their own ownership and operation, but we are still clarifying all of the rules in terms of what is allowed by the federal government with the use of ARPA dollars. And so as we await that clarity, we're not standing idly by, because as Kevin articulated, this is an emergency and we can't delay this any further. So a couple of things that what the county's working on, we're engaged with a company that has experience with the dredge operation in Barnstable County in Massachusetts. I think Kevin and David have talked about them before. We are working with a consultant to help through all the logistics and the particulars and the costs associated with the county-led operation. This is new for the county to consider something like this, so I think we all just want to make sure that the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted. And so far, something like even as simple as just the assembly of the dredge to get it operational is a 4 to 5 day project for staff on the outside to come in to put together with a cost estimate of $8,500 a day. Those are costs that we didn't anticipate. So things like just figuring out where the funding can come from for handling some of those ancillary costs that were not expected. We're looking at things like settlement dollars and interest on certain funding to pull into to handle some of those things that were unexpected. And it is abundantly clear we have to hire and sort of contract out the operation of the dredge. This is not something for county staff to necessarily operate. There are plenty of entities that can do this work, but those conversations are taking place. We are also engaged with towns up and down the coast to figure out what they need and what they are willing to do. Obviously, we would have to have an MOU with towns that want to proceed with dredge operations, and so those conversations have begun. We've had discussions with Wells as a possible entry point for the dredge. And I think we've had a lot of conversations around how youth can get involved. I think that's a wonderful conversation. We have started to engage UNE around how to utilize their expertise, particularly engaging students as possible interns for various surveying and mapping that's required as part of this process. So we hope that that could proceed and maybe tap into some of the hundreds of students that are interested and are passionate about coastal resiliency and protecting our environment. And obviously, just as a highline, really appreciate David and Kevin and all of SOS Saco Bay and the Dredge Authority members for their efforts and their expertise throughout every step of this process. It's really helpful for the county to hear from them, and it's been a great partnership. And again, our shared goal, everyone's goal in this room, everyone's goal at the county level, is that the dredge will be operational in the water for the next dredge season. No one wants to delay that any further. So everyone wants that shared same goal. We just have to work out the particulars, and that work is taking place and is proceeding pretty rapidly. So that's the latest update.